Are you hungry for the latest news and trends from the internet? Welcome to What's Cooking on the Internet, your one-stop shop for discovering the hottest digital delights. Hit that subscribe button and let's get cooking.
Can we trust our leaders to uncover the truth about the Kennedy assassination? What's your take? Comment below. As the U.S. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, RFL, announced her task force to declassify files related to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., and the death of Jeffrey Epstein, she became a focal point for anti-Semitic conspiracy theorists. Convinced that Jews, Zionists, or the Mossad assassinated President Kennedy, prominent anti-Semitic influencers such as Jake Shields, Lucas Gage, and Stu Peters framed her involvement as part of a broader Jewish conspiracy to conceal the truth. These individuals now see Luna's task force as another example of Jewish control over historical narratives. The reaction to Congresswoman Luna's announcements highlights a well-worn formula for contemporary online anti-Semitic discourse. Blame Jews for historically significant tragedies, in this case, the assassination of P. Available here, in collaboration with the ARC, highlights the extent to which these anti-Semitic narratives permeate social media. Examining both X and Facebook, the report found that during the 2-week period of February 11-25, 2025, a total of 425 profiles promoted the slanderous accusation that Congresswoman Luna was a Zionist puppet. These profiles generated 543 posts and comments disseminating this claim, and generated 113,000 interactions that had a potential reach of 139 million views. In that same time frame, 522 profiles amplified the claim that Congresswoman Luna was a secret Jew, creating 784 posts and comments parroting this misinformation, generating an estimated 84,000 engagements, and receiving up to 142 million views. Combined, these two false and scurrilous accusations against Congresswoman Luna were seen online by up to 281 million accounts, highlighting the full extent of the problem of anti-Semitism on social media. Furthermore, the Cyabra report underscores the threat posed by anti-Semitic actors who utilize bots to propagate their hateful messaging. 4 key posts by Congresswoman Luna's official X account. A February 11th announcement of the task force. A February 14th video outlining the task force's mission and objective. A February 19th post emphasizing that the truth will be revealed, and a February 25th post urging Attorney General Pam Bondi to expedite the declassification of JFK and Epstein files, were targeted by coordinated and sustained bot-aided efforts to amplify anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. In all 4 instances, between 17 to 19% of all comments came from fake accounts, helping to amplify the anti-Semitic notions that Israel or Jews were responsible for a cover-up, with repetitive posting patterns where fake accounts drew the attention of real social media users to these baseless and libelous accusations. In a matter of just 2 weeks, a pair of unfounded anti-Semitic claims spread like wildfire, hijacking social media algorithms to reach hundreds of millions of accounts and dangerously perpetuate an ancient hatred wrapped in modern packaging. This is particularly concerning given that younger social media users generally lack the understanding of the historical context needed to recognize these narratives as refurbished versions of centuries-old anti-Semitic propaganda. Without intervention, these conspiracies gain traction, reinforcing harmful stereotypes and misinformation. Countering anti-Semitic narratives, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories follow a well-defined and historically rooted formula. Today, anti-Semites have made a priori determination that Jews, or Zionists, killed President Kennedy, and the declassification effort is proof of the conspiracy. Previously, classification of thousands of U.S. government documents at the behest of Jewish puppet masters about the assassination was the evidence anti-Semites used to spread their baseless theories. Amid the possibility of further declassifications, anti-Semites were forced to preemptively concoct excuses for why the newest deluge of information might prove these decades-old conspiracies wrong. Anti-Semitism on social media platforms fuels offline anti-Semitic acts targeting Jews, and vice versa, underscoring the necessity of addressing both manifestations of hate with equal vigor. New researchers concluded in 2019 that online hate begets offline hate crimes, while University of Vienna researchers in 2023 found that offline events fueled online hateful discourse. The October 7th massacre and its aftermath led to a surge in online and offline anti-Semitic incidents. The Anti-Semitism Research Center, ARC, by CAM documented 4,907 incidents of hate speech in 2024, marking a 202.3% surge compared with the 1,623 hate speech incidents recorded in 2023. Online conspiracy theories can also inspire acts of violence against Jews. The 2018 Pittsburgh Tree of Life synagogue shooter, for instance, acted on his online white supremacist rants and committed the deadliest anti-Semitic attack in American history. To combat the spread of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, it is essential to expose their predictability. Highlighting the repetitive nature of these claims can help individuals recognize them as baseless fabrications. Encourage critical thinking. Promoting media literacy and historical awareness can prevent the uninformed from falling for misinformation. Hold social media platforms accountable. Companies must take responsibility for curbing the spread of extremist content that promotes hate and violence. Today's anti-Semites rely on a time-tested formula to advance their hateful agenda. What is innovative about their method is the use of social media, which allows them to hijack algorithms and a formerly unreachable audience. In a matter of days, a handful of anti-Semitic social media accounts can create a false narrative that receives millions of views. Only by exposing the predictability of their conspiracy theories and their illogical nature can social media users, especially younger users, be inoculated from the societal disease that is anti-Semitism. President Kennedy accused them of wielding power and influence to cover up major crimes by claiming Luna is part of a Jewish-led effort to suppress critical information. Use these accusations to promote broader anti-Semitic sentiment, reinforcing age-old prejudices about Jewish control and manipulation. This pattern is not new. Similar anti-Semitic conspiracy theories have recycled this formula in various forms for centuries, manifesting around mainstream current events. As recently as last month, absurd claims proliferated about Jewish and Israeli responsibility for the tragic Los Angeles wildfires. Going back further, Henry Ford's The International Jew, published in 4 volumes from 1920 to 1922, and the forged anti-Semitic document that inspired Ford, The Protocols of the Elders of Zion, published in 1903, disseminated this formula to the masses by the millions across the world. Understanding how these narratives persist allows us to better counter their spread. Why Kennedy? Key fixation on a national icon. Anti-Semites focus on President Kennedy's assassination for a simple reason: he is widely revered in American history. A 2023 Gallup poll found that Kennedy holds the highest retrospective approval rating of any post-World War II president at 90%, with bipartisan admiration. Given this near-universal acclaim, conspiracy theorists find it easy to cast him as a martyr and fabricate a villainous force behind his death: nefarious, scheming Jews. Further, conspiracy theories about Kennedy's assassination have been prevalent for decades, and the American public is largely receptive to them, offering fertile ground for anti-Semitic manipulation by inserting Jews or the Mossad into existing speculations. These influencers exploit public distrust in official narratives, leveraging it to spread anti-Semitic ideology. Prominent social media users are uniquely situated to propagate these anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Yale researchers have explained how algorithms incentivize a small number of prolific posters to share misinformation, accruing likes, followers, and influence in the process. Anti-Semitic influencers such as Stu Peters, Lucas Gage, and Jake Shields cultivated a large following, over 300,000 followers per X account, and weaponized X's algorithm to propagate conspiracy theories about Jews and the Kennedy assassination. Recent examples of far-right influencers accusing Jews or Mossad/Israel of assassinating President Kennedy. The targeting of Congresswoman Luna beyond the assassination itself. Anti-Semitic figures have targeted Congresswoman Luna by suggesting she is under Jewish or Zionist control, particularly through her connections with Israel and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Implicating she is secretly Jewish, based on statements about her father's religious background and her self-identification as a Zionist. Influencers such as Jake Shields fixate on the alleged, mostly imagined, relationship between the State of Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu, and Congresswoman Luna. For example, in a recent post on X, Shields shared a photo of Congresswoman Luna and Prime Minister Netanyahu during the latter's July 2024 address to Congress, and wrote, This is who is in charge of releasing the JFK files. Implicit is the claim that Congresswoman Luna cannot be trusted to lead efforts to declassify files related to the assassination of President Kennedy, either because of subservience or fealty to Prime Minister Netanyahu, someone who, presumably, has a direct stake in maintaining the secrets of Jewish involvement in the assassination. In addition, Shields implies that a Jew, or Zionist, always acts in the best interest of their fellow Jews or Zionists, or of Israel, at the expense of others. Invoking dual loyalty portrays the accused as untrustworthy, and in the case of Congresswoman Luna, the purpose of the dual loyalty canard is to preemptively reject any findings she may release that do not assign blame to Jews or Israel for the assassination of President Kennedy. Both the far left and the far right peddle the anti-Semitic conspiracy theory that the U.S. government is a Zionist-occupied government, or ZOG, and have invoked ZOG when criticizing Congresswoman Luna and her task force on the declassification of federal secrets. Far-right anti-Semitic influencer Stu Peters asked rhetorically, "Why should we trust a Jewish stripper, Congresswoman Luna, to tell us about the crimes of our occupied government?" Meanwhile, the seemingly far-left X account IPAC Tracker posted, 6/7 of the members of the task force on the declassification of federal secrets are in the pocket of the Israel lobby, unified by their shared anti-Semitism in the form of alleging outsized Zionist control of the United States. The two ends of the political spectrum seemingly mirror each other, reflecting a phenomenon known as the horseshoe theory. Not only is Congresswoman Luna allegedly controlled by Zionists, but she is compromised because she is, supposedly, secretly Jewish, or, as some anti-Semites believe, because Congresswoman Luna has claimed that her father was a Messianic Jew, or that she is a Zionist. She is a co-conspirator working to conceal Jewish responsibility for President Kennedy's assassination. These tactics serve to undermine her credibility and reinforce the long-standing anti-Semitic trope that Jews, or those aligned with them, manipulate governments to serve their interests. Instances of anti-Semitism online targeting Congresswoman Luna. Labeling Congresswoman Luna as either a Jew or a Zionist serves the same end, to portray her as compromised and controlled by Jewish or Zionist puppet masters. Accusing Jews, those perceived to be Jewish or Zionists, of infiltrating positions of power for their own benefit is a long-standing anti-Semitic trope that has nonetheless regenerated momentum in the modern era. Anti-Semitic conspiracy theories have long relied on the idea of Jewish subterfuge. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion, a fabricated document from the early 20th century, falsely alleged a Jewish plot for global domination. The protocols entered American discourse in the 1920s when the leading automobile mogul and industrialist Henry Ford used his newspaper, the Dearborn Independent, which reached a peak circulation of 900,000 in 1926, to amplify this narrative with the International Jew pamphlets, where he blamed Jews for societal ills ranging from economic instability to cultural degradation. Ford added new, distinctly American charges. The Jews were pushing jazz, were responsible for the Black Sox scandal, influenced Benedict Arnold's betrayal during the American Revolution, controlled the liquor trade, and were behind the Federal Reserve. Ex-influencer Stu Peters, as he's seen in this recent post, with more than 161K views, alleges Jews assassinated President Kennedy to prevent him from ending the Federal Reserve. No matter the societal ill, anti-Semites point to Jews as the perpetrators behind each one of them. Social media and the amplification of hate. What makes contemporary anti-Semitism particularly insidious is the role of social media. Influencers with substantial followings can disseminate falsehoods at the speed of click, unlike Ford. For example, Jake Shields, a former mob fighter turned far-right influencer. Shields has over 706,000 followers on X. Lucas Gage, known for overt anti-Semitic content, Gage has over 304,000 followers on X. Stu Peters, a streaming host who frequently promotes anti-Semitic narratives. Peters has over 433,000 followers on X. In mere hours, such influencers can generate millions of impressions, spreading dangerous anti-Semitic falsehoods at an unprecedented scale. The viral nature of social media enables anti-Semitic narratives to reach audiences who may not have otherwise engaged with such rhetoric. Research conducted by the cyber social media analytics firm Full reported